On PastureBase Ireland, you can generate a tonnage report of your farm. This will show the yield of grass grown on the farm in a particular time period. If you want to run the tonnage report, you scroll down the black menu and click on Reports, and then click Annual Tonnage to the right. PastureBase will automatically run the tonnage report for the current year to date. The report shows in a bar chart format. Each bar represents one of the paddocks on the farm. The paddock codes show along the bottom of the bar chart, and the yield in terms of dry matter, kilos dry matter per hectare, shows along the left of the bar chart. The green parts of the bars represent the grass grown so far this year for grazing, and the yellow parts represent the silage yield for a paddock so far this year. To the very far right, there is an average bar that represents the average across all of the paddocks. If you want to find out more detail on any of the individual paddocks, if you hover over the bar for the paddock, a box pops up with more details about that paddock. If you scroll down the screen further, the tonnage report is presented in a tabular format. There's one line for each paddock, and it gives some extra information, such as if paddock was reseeded and the grass variety used, the size of the paddock, the number of grazings and silage cuts to date this year. Then it gives the grazing yield, the silage yield, and the combined total yield so far this year. In addition, if the farm is recording slurry and fertiliser details on PastureBase, the total NP and K spread on each paddock to date this year will be shown. If you scroll down to the bottom of this table, you will see an average line that will show the averages across all the areas. This is very similar to the average bar on the bar chart. Then if you want to see the tonnage report in some more detail or for a different year, you can use the Show Filters button at the top. So if you wanted to see the tonnage report for 2019, you change the date range to, for example, from the 1st of January 2019 to the 31st of December 2019 and click on Apply Filters, and it will bring up last year's tonnage report. You can also use the Hide Covers feature here. If you uncheck that and click on Apply Filter, it will show you the tonnage report with more detail, cover by cover, for each paddock. The other feature is this minimum number of covers. It can be used if you have a few paddocks that were only included in a small number of covers and they're distorting your average. You can run the tonnage report by selecting a minimum number of covers and clicking on Apply Filter, and in that way it will leave out those paddocks and give you a more accurate report. If you want to print the tonnage report, you can click on Export to PDF and print. And if you wanted to run the tonnage report for 2016 or earlier years, you click into the archive section here first and then run the tonnage report.